right, I just had to check. Hello, 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 everyone. I am Dr. Amanda, and I am here on behalf of Atkins Enlightenment Lifestyle Medicine. And I get the question a lot, which you may be like, let's see, Dr. Amanda, what are you going to tell us about today? Well, many patients have asked me, how can I help my blood sugars without adding in more medication? Okay. Is there anything I can do naturally? Is what they want to know, because the medications cause side effects and they're like, I'm so tired. I feel nauseated. I feel dizzy. I'm tired of like taking all these pills and having to remember to do it all the time. So, what else can I do to help my blood sugars? And the answer is there's things that you can do to help decrease your blood pressure, or sorry, blood sugar, either blood sugar or blood pressure, I'm always talking about, that can actually be done naturally. And here, when I talk about things that you can do naturally, I'm always thinking like, what are you already doing in your everyday life that you can make small tweaks to that can actually help? Okay. So your body responds powerfully. When I say powerfully, powerfully to lifestyle changes. And I know you're like, oh, I wanted something easy to do. I don't want anything hard. I don't want to have to, you know, to go upside down on my head and try to figure out all these things. Well, if you haven't listened to my video about being overwhelmed, go back and watch that video too. But no, you do not have to feel overwhelmed. You do not have to feel like everything is going to go upside down. You're going to be up on your head, nothing like that. Okay. But whenever people hear lifestyle changes, sometimes they're like this. They just close their mind, close their ears. I don't want to hear what I want to do. I don't want to hear that. But things that we do through lifestyle can, like I said, powerfully change from our body, and our body can powerfully change from the lifestyle changes. So just a few simple tweaks, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that it would be that easy. Okay. So practical steps. And I'm always looking here to see if you have questions along the way that I can answer for you. So I may look over here just to make sure I don't see any questions that come up. And if you're watching live, go ahead and like the video, share it so other people can see it too, because I get this question a lot. Okay. How can I get my blood sugars better controlled naturally without adding more medications? That's what we're answering today. Okay. So I would not be Dr. Amanda if I did not talk about food. Food, of course, what we actually ingest, put in our body, has the biggest impact. And I think that nutrition is the hardest and easiest thing to change, because we have to eat. We have to eat. So why not choose foods that are going to actually help us in so many ways, not just to help decrease our hunger at the time because we're hungry, but to actually help decrease our inflammation, give us more energy, help our cells to fight off any type of, infections, viruses, bacteria, and all those things that may be coming towards us. And the power of food is so great. So that's why I always emphasize things that you can be doing in your everyday diet that can actually help with so many different things. Okay. So what can you eat to directly affect your blood sugar? So we want to focus on things that's going to decrease inflammation. So what would that be? Fiber and anti-inflammatory foods. So we want to look at our plate and we want to fill it with non-starchy vegetables. So, usually I talk about vegetables, I just say in general. But we want specifically for blood sugars, we want to focus on non-starchy vegetables. So what would that look like? That would look like our broccoli. That would look like our leafy greens, things of that nature we want to do. We want to try to steer away from like the potatoes and carrots, things like that could be higher like starchy, but you can eat those, but we want to do less of those. Okay. We also want to focus on lean, low fat, plant-based proteins. So usually I talk about like almond butters and things of that nature that you can do that have plant-based proteins, but those are higher in fat. So if you're looking to help with your blood sugars, we want to try to decrease the fat in the foods that we're eating that are more whole foods. Okay. So we want to have non-starchy vegetables. We want to have a quarter of that's a half of the plate. Then we want to have a quarter of our plate. So you're looking at usually our plate is circular. So if we and I saw that my daughter's going to start doing fractions. That's crazy to me. But anyway, so you want to divide your plate into fours. Okay. So two fours of the plate will be non-starchy vegetables, leafy greens I always love. So I try to always emphasize those. And then a fourth of the plate, you can do lean, low fat, plant-based proteins. So beans are good, lentils are good, because it's really fiber packed. A lot of antioxidants that can help decrease inflammation, a lot of nutrients, a lot of vitamins that you can get in there. And then a quarter of the plate can be the starchy vegetables or whole grains. So you want to try to avoid having a starchy vegetable and a grain a lot, like in one meal, or if it's more than a quarter of a plate. If you want to have an eighth of a plate of a starch and then an eighth of a plate of a grain, you can do that, but we want to try to decrease those as much as possible too. So you want to have lots of beans and lots of greens when you're thinking about blood sugars. And learn that from Dr. Greger's How Not to Die book, where they did a lot of research for people that have a diagnosis of diabetes and really show that beans and greens are a good source of nutrition for people that have diabetes, and then also helps to stabilize their blood sugars so it doesn't release the carbohydrates and the sugar does not release so quickly into your bloodstream. Okay. All right. So don't forget to drop your questions in the comments or like and share the video so people can hear about all this. So why do we want to emphasize nutrition again? Because fiber helps to slow the digestion, stabilize our blood sugars, and what I love, it keeps us full and energized. We do not want the itis when we eat. Because sometimes my daughter, I have to tell her, she eats and then she's like, oh, I need to lay down. No, you ate the wrong foods then. We do not want that. When we eat, we want to feel energized and be up and like ready to go, because food is fuel. We want to fuel our bodies to actually do what we needed to do, not to overly eat or take food that drain our energy. Okay. So we want to do that. And another important aspect of controlling your diabetes, our blood sugars naturally, is actually sleep. Ooh, I love sleep, y'all. I love sleep. I'm just gonna say that I love. Did I say love sleep? And you want to make sure that you are prioritizing sleep. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just gonna do what I can, go. I'll eat, my veggies, I'll be fueled and I'll be energized, and I'm just gonna go. No, our body needs rest. It doesn't just need rest, it needs sleep, it needs restorative sleep, where our body can actually take the time to naturally detox, actually regenerate things that are going on in our body, help repair DNA and cells. When we're sleeping, our body is working and sometimes working overtime to kind of help heal what we may have done to it while we're awake. So we do not want to neglect sleep. We do not want to decrease the amount of sleep that we're having. So we're like, oh, I'm only going to sleep, 4 or 5 hours tonight because I really need to get up and get started for the next day. Remember that once you sleep and you're energized, you're likely going to be more productive than if you try to do longer hours. Okay. This is something that I took to heart all throughout schooling. I did not do all-nighters. I would make sure I was sleeping. And this is good because it helps reduce the cortisol also in our bodies. So we just want to make sure that we are sleeping. And again, we've heard the 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. And that's, what most people need as an adult. As you are younger, sometimes, infants, they need more sleep. But I mean, they don't sleep all at one time. I'm still recovering from that 6-year-old not sleeping all the time from when she was an infant. But anyway, but we want to actually do that sleeping, okay? And another thing we want to do is make sure that we are staying well hydrated. We do not want our blood to be concentrated. We want it to be actually good with water. So I have my water here. I always Let's take a few sips there. Very, very good. So you want to stay hydrated. And that's going to be very important. One thing that is also important that I say for last is because we are coming up on November, if you're watching this live, and it is Diabetes Awareness Month. And the American the Association of Diabetes, I'm going to get this right, ADA, American Diabetes Association, is really emphasizing for people to do 1 mile a day through the month of November. So every single day, you want to walk 1 mile. And that is to help bring awareness to diabetes. And so I am challenging you all that are my friends, clients, patients, just people that see me on, social media, to walk a mile every single day, no matter what the weather may be like, I may say. If you can, try to walk outside. If not, you can walk on a treadmill. But outside brings more and more just to be one with nature. It just kind of helps with, mood. It helps decrease stress. And then as you're walking, it gives you the exercise that you need for your body. And why is walking important? Because actually, 10 to 15 minutes of walking, even after like a meal, can improve your blood sugar to help so that the glucose that you get in can uptake into your muscles and lower post blood sugar spikes, post meal spikes after eating. So you can do, again, the mile a day. You can do 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes some people can walk, a mile in 15 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever you want to do, 30 minutes. But you just want to try to walk after a meal, because that's the best thing that you can do to actually help bring your blood sugars down. So again, I want to emphasize the Diabetes Awareness Month for November, and to try to walk 1 mile a day. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be posting so you guys can keep me accountable every single day, to say, here, I walked a mile a day. I walked a mile today. So 30 miles total for the month of November to bring awareness to diabetes, because it is running rampant in our society, not only for adults, but now also our children. So we just want to bring awareness to that for people. Okay. So again, I'm Dr. Amanda. So I hope that you learned something today. Don't forget to drop your comments in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. Like and share the video. And if you are someone that's looking for a personalized, sustainable plan to help your blood sugars decrease naturally, visit dramandamd.com, when you can book your appointment with me here at Atkins Enlightenment Lifestyle Medicine. So I look forward to working with you all, and have a great Friday. Bye-bye.